We've been wanting to take our bikes out for a ride, but every time we try to, something unexpected happened. First time, our air pump broke. Second time, after taking out his bike out of the storage room, we discovered that his bike tube or tire was deflated. I've got my own theory on what happened, but we'll get that confirmed once we take a better look at the bike tube. So today I am going to spend some time showing you how to replace your bike tire or tube on your wheel. All right, let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is find your tube size. So that number is going to be marked on the side of your tire somewhere. Mine is up here. If it is a mountain bike, the measurements will be in inches. And if it is a road or hybrid bike, this one happens to be a hybrid. It's the Schwinn GTX 3 model. It follows the metric system. My number reads 700C by 38C. First number represents the diameter of the wheel, and second number is your tire width. You guys have no idea, but I'm drenched in sweat right now. This is a hot July summer month in the Sunshine State. It feels like it's in the upper 90s. So this packet came with two inner tubes. The tube is the part where the air goes in and keeps the tire in place. Two bike levers, which will make it easier for you to remove your tire and tube. And two rim strips or tape. The purpose of rim tape, which will run around your rim, is to protect the bicycle wheel's inner tube from spoke holes, which will puncture the tube if exposed. Let's talk a bit about Schrader versus Presta valves. Schrader valves have a screw-off cap and threads on the outside. If your rim hole is made for a Schrader valve, but you want to buy a tube with a Presta valve, you can buy an adapter and attach it to the rim so it'll fit a Presta valve nicely. Alrighty, so before we remove the rear wheel, which is where our deflated tube is, we're going to want to shift the bike to the highest gear, and for us that's number 7. The reason you want to do that is because it's going to make everything so much easier to work with. You basically want the chain to rest on the smallest ring, which we also call the cogs of the cassette. And in order to shift gears, right, we all should know that if we going to ride a bike, you can ride it for a little bit until you shift to your highest number. Or if it is too deflated and you don't want to damage your rim, that would be really bad, you can get somebody's help to hold up the bike while you spin the pedals with your hands and shift gear at the same time. Or you can maybe try to do it yourself by holding it up, giving it a good kick while shifting gears. Removing the rear wheel is a little bit more challenging than the front one because you need to free it from the chain and the derailleur. Also, I don't recommend flipping it over because it'll make it a little bit more challenging for you to remove and put it back, but you can. If you have brakes on your rear rim, you should remove the brake pads so that you can spread out the arms to make more room to remove your wheel. So we have a linear pull brakes right here with a tube called a noodle, so just move it over, squeeze the arms, and remove the cable like so. We need to loosen the axle nuts by using a wrench. Some other bikes will have a lever that you can pull and turn counterclockwise to remove the axle. Now we're going to swing back the derailleur while removing the wheel at the same time. Mission accomplished. Start off somewhere far away from your valve so it doesn't get pulled and damaged, as you may choose to patch your tube over replacing it. Also, do not use a flathead screwdriver instead of a bike lever to remove the tire and tube, as you may end up causing more damage to the tire and rim than you would want to. If your tube still has a little too much air in it, for easy removal, deflate your tube first by simply pressing down on a little spring with something thin like a pencil or a Q-tip. Make sure to inspect the tire to remove whatever item caused the hole if it's still there. Also inspect the rim for any spokes poking into the rim. A large blowout can mean that too much air was put into the tube, and a small hole could mean that it was punctured from a thorn or a nail. Alright, we're going to pump some air into the tube and try to find where that little pinhole is. There's got to be one. I don't think the valve is defective. If you don't find anything wrong with your tube, check your valve. To do that, pour water on it and look for bubbles. Right here, I found it. That's where it's coming out of. If you're having a hard time finding the tear, dip the tube in a bucket of water. It's got to be somewhere. We got to find it. Then we're going to get a tweezer and get that sucker out. See, I'm not seeing any spokes poking through near where the valve hole is. Could not find a damn thing or feel a damn thing. If it was a blowout, a major blowout, it should be a huge rupture, huge hole. And that's what my theory was at the beginning, that I had put too much pressure into the tube, and I blame myself for it. But maybe I have nothing to do with that. So we took a look at the rim earlier and the tape is intact. I didn't see any spokes poking through the rim, so there's no point of replacing the tape. But I do want to take a look at what I ordered for the next time I might need it. Hopefully that will never happen. But I want to see how good this tape is. Okay. Alright, so this would have gone around the entire rim had we needed to replace it. But we're going to put it right back in its little packet and we're going to move on to our next step, which consists of putting some air into our new tube. Put some air into the tube, just enough to give it shape so it's easier to get inside and around the tire. So we're going to line it up with the PSI reading, which says between 44 and 73. This will make it easier for you to locate it the next time you're going to need to do this all over again. Let's look for the arrow first. I did see it earlier. That will tell us the direction that the tire is spinning. I wish they would make this easier to read, really. Yeah, there it is. There's an arrow right here. Alright, we're going to stick the stem of the valve through the hole of the rim carefully so we're not bending it and causing more damage. Okay, so I put 44 pounds of air pressure into this tube. It should be still a little bit bouncy now, firm but squeezable, and it is. Yeah, maybe I should flip it. I'm doing this by myself, so I should flip it. So to put the wheel back, maybe I would recommend you flip the back over. And my back is broken right now. So the chain goes on the smallest ring cogs of the cassette. And then we're going to place this back in place. Let's make sure that it is resting on the chain. It's slightly off. Let me take a little napkin so I don't grease up my hands. Let's test this by spinning the wheels. Okay, I think we're in a good place. Everything is back where it should be. It's just a matter of tightening everything now. All right, time to flip the bike because we need to put the brake pads back together. All right, so we're going to squeeze the arms again. But this time we're going to insert back the cable into this little slot here. There it is. Then we're going to put the noodle back to where it was by sliding it to the left. There you go. That's more like it. Well, we are now back in business. This is so exciting, guys. I'm so proud of myself. Really. It's 95 freaking degrees out. And I did it. This is amazing. Girls, you so can do this. Okay, guys, we made it to the end of the video. It's a wrap. I hope that you learned a thing or two, and if you did like the video, I would really love a thumbs up. It would make me so happy. Hope that you save yourself some money and that you learn a new skill to pass on to someone else. On another note, I'm here to tell you that we have another YouTube channel called Franco's in Florida, where you'll find a lot of videos on things to do and things to see in the Sunshine State. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. These, my friends, are proof that I got down and dirty today. Worked hard for the money. So hard for the money, not the honey. The honey, that's his bike. Where does this come from? By the way, the Schwinn GTX3 is such a great fun bike to ride on that I decided to get my own GTX3 back in 2020 from Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm here to pick up my bike. I dropped it off yesterday. I bought him his bike for his birthday a few years ago, and because of a sale and a coupon I had, it was a steal at a price of $200. So yeah, there's no kickstand. Huh? There's no kickstand. There is. There's no... No, there is. Oh, so... maybe they just do that for free? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the kickstand. He bought mine for my birthday for a total of $400. Unless there was a very tiny small chance that something got in between the tire and the tube, and it only poked the tube and left the tire intact.